What's going on? TC here for Build and Destroy Daily, and today I am going to show you how to install the Night Owl HD camera system. It is a security camera system. I personally think it is better than the Ring. I have the Ring doorbell camera. It's overpriced for what it is. Each camera is like $99 for the cheap one, and then you have to pay for a subscription. It's only $3 a month, but you have to pay for a subscription just to be able to view old video. Whereas the Night Owl system, it comes with a 1 terabyte hard drive, 6 cameras, so 2 of the cameras are wireless, and 4 of them are 4K wired cameras, and it comes with that 1 terabyte that holds up to about 6 months of video. So you really can't beat that for $350. 6 cameras, $350, 1 terabyte of hard drive space. You can't beat that. So I'm gonna show you how to install it. Make sure you click like, make sure you subscribe, and we'll keep the content coming for you, man. Okay, here we go. We have the Night Owl 4K Ultra HD hybrid security system. All right, and these are the boxes that are inside the main box. As you can see, this is pretty much everything you need to install it. Network cable, you have the antennas, you have the mouse, USB mouse, you have the DVR power cord, and you have the camera power cord, okay, and HDMI cable. Now, you want to open up the manual. You want to follow this thing exactly as they say. They show you the parts. Next page over, they'll start with the instructions, okay? First thing they want you to do is plug up the HDMI cable. Next, we want to plug up the network cable, Cat5. This will go to your modem. Then the USB mouse plugs right in the back. You can also plug in a wireless mouse here. Okay. This is me plugging it up into my modem, the network cable. Then we want to connect the HDMI to your monitor. I just used a regular TV here. Okay. Now we want to plug up our DVR power cable. The flat side goes up to make it easier for you. And here's the on-off switch for the unit. Now we're going to unbox the cameras just to show you how it's packaged very nicely. The screws to mount this. Okay, you have a BNC connector and you have a power cable input. Very nice cameras. I like the way they look. Those 2 up front are the wireless cameras. Here's the hardware for the wireless cameras. We will not be getting into the mounting of this stuff here. And the screws, everything comes with it. The bottom of the wireless cameras are actually magnetic. So once you mount those round plates, you will just stick the cameras up there. Now here we have our 60 feet each of the BNC and power cables for the cameras. This is what you'll run all the way from in your crawl space, either the attic or the basement, I guess, if you need to, and the power cords for each camera. Okay. This is how you'll connect power once you run it. Now, before you mount any cameras in any other location, you want to test them with your monitor to make sure they work. Okay? It's best to set this whole thing up before you take these cameras outside and mount them. That is imperative. Okay, you want to connect that BNC connector to the back of the DVR, and you want to plug the camera power in, which is the red connector. Once you turn on the power to the DVR unit, you will see a setup process. You will just follow the instructions. It's pretty simple. I didn't get through everything here, but this is just to show you 2 tests. We have 1 test camera and we have 1 wireless camera set up. Okay, now we want to drill some pilot holes to put our cables through. Okay, make sure you have proper PPE on. Now, make sure that you stick the correct end of the cables through the hole, right? The male end needs to connect to the power end, or wherever you're going back to your DVR unit, you want the male end of the BNC cable to go that route. The female end will stay with the camera, okay? Now, I don't have any formal cable pulling tools, so I just used the metal rod that I had laying around, okay? And this was my method to, pull my cable through my attic from outside. Okay, I taped it to the metal rod, and then I'm just going to stick it up through the hole that I drilled. And that's the best way I know how to do it. I'm not a professional cable puller. All right, and this is why it's so important to put the correct end of the cable through, because if you pull that cable 60 feet and then you realize that you have the wrong end at your DVR unit, you will not like yourself. Okay, especially someone like me. I'm tall, so it was hard to crawl around that crawl space. Okay, now we can connect the camera, the security camera, to our power, which is red, and our BNC, which is yellow. BNC is just a connector for a coaxial cable. Coax cable lets you pass audio and visual through it. It's just same type of cable as your cable and internet, but it's a different type of connector on there. All right, now we want to hold that camera up with one hand and then drill some pilot holes with the other. Since we're not professionals, you just have to get up there the best way you can. You want to hold it with one screw and then drill the other holes and put the other screws up. Okay, now since we set the testing up first, our whole system is technically set up, so our app should work. You can sign into your app with the same password that you set up on your DVR box. I actually set the camera up to check the app to get the angle correct, so I didn't have to go in and out of the house just to set up the perfect angle. This is a screw that will let you rotate the camera horizontally, and then this knob here will allow you to tilt the camera up and down, so you can get the perfect angle, and then you will use your app to make sure the angle is correct. I just sat my phone right on the ladder, and that's my perfect angle right there. Now you want to make sure that you put a bead of caulk around the edge of the cameras. That's just to seal it up. Make sure you don't get any water in there. You don't want bugs crawling in there or anything like that. So I used a clear caulk for outside. It looks white or milky right here, but once it cures and things sets up, it will be clear. So people who walk past will not be able to see it. Now on the inside, we have all these cords and cables coming out the ceiling. It's what I ran through my attic. You want to cover that up the best way you can. I bought a track system to cover it up. And there you have it. And I put another white bead of caulk this time around the top edge to cover it up. And here are all 6 of our cameras installed and ready to view the world. All right. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share the video, share the channel, and check back for more content later. Thanks.